What's going on, people? Welcome back to Raw. Welcome to my official Extreme Rules 2016 review. Now, before I even hop into the review, I'm going to be doing these reviews a little bit different than the way I usually do them. The way I usually do them is I just, go off the dome, just jump in and jump out pretty much. Just talk about what I remember and then in a review pretty much. I'm not going to do that anymore. What I'm going to be doing from now on is I'm going to be doing these reviews the same way I do my previews and predictions, and that's with interest rates and analysis. Now, before we even go any further, let me quickly explain the interest rates. And they're all out of 5. 5 being, I'm all for it as long as WWE doesn't fuck it up. In this case, that would be the AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns feud, which is now a 1. I'll get to that in a second. 4 being, I'm interested, but the feud should not drag on too long. 3 being, I'm interested, but then again, I'm not interested. Like the Asylum match, it's a good concept. I was interested in that at first, but considering that it's a PG environment and it's Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho, I could give 2 shits. 2 being, I don't really care, but it'll be a good match. And 1 being, I just don't give a flying fuck. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into the pre-show. Now, I usually don't really watch the pre-show or review it for that matter. I just completely skip that shit. But since Mauro Ranallo was on the pre-show commentating for Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and give it a shot and listen to this shit. And boy, did Mauro Ranallo give this match a big match feel. A pointless ass, bullshit ass match that nobody gave a fuck about. And I tweeted after the match, get this motherfucker on Raw. Get Mauro Ranallo on Raw. Fuck Michael Cole. Fuck JBL. Get these two off my TV. Leave Byron Saxton. Don't ask why. You should already know why. If you watch SmackDown, or if you at least watch the clips of SmackDown on YouTube, you know why. Listen to Byron Saxton on Raw. It seems like Michael Cole and JBL brings him down. They barely let him talk. Even when he does talk, he doesn't say anything. He says some shit that is unimportant and irrelevant to the storyline, basically. But when he's on SmackDown, he pays attention to everything. Pays attention to every match. Pays attention to every move. I mean, he's just as gold on the mic as I'm not going to go that far and say Mauro Ranallo. He's just as gold on the mic as Jared King Lawler. It's like they're carrying him, basically. But they're letting him commentate at the same pace as they are. Unlike Michael Cole and JBL. They're bringing them down and they're not, they're not helping them out. It seems like they're giving them flack without even talking shit about them, pretty much. They don't give a fuck about it. A lot of people give Byron Saxton flack, saying that he might be one of the worst commentators next to Michael Cole and JBL. I mean, listen to him on NXT, listen to him on SmackDown, listen to him on FCW. You see how gold he really is. He wasn't that bad. It's just that when he's with Michael Cole and JBL, he's just fucking horrible. But anyway, let's hop to the pre-show. We got Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. In an ODQ match, I didn't see any point of this being no DQ, considering that they didn't use any fucking weapons. All they did was do a low blow. Baron Corbin hit Dolph Ziggler with a low blow. That was it. But the funniest part about it is that Mauro Ranallo made that shit look like such a big deal, or sound like such a big deal. But I rated this match 2 stars. I really didn't give a shit. It was an okay match. My interest rate for this was a 1. Because I just didn't give a fuck about the feud. This was the rubber match, so of course this might have been the last match that they had against each other. Hopefully, it's the last match that they have against each other. Because Baron Corbin is in need of a better feud. The main card, we got the Texas Tornado match between the Breakfast Club versus the Usos. Interest rate for this, a motherfucking 1. I didn't give a shit. Usos got booed. Thumbs up. And of course the Breakfast Club got cheered, but they didn't get cheered as much as they did when they first debuted in WWE. As far as I'm concerned, right now the Breakfast Club is buried. They was just made to look like little bitches, if you ask me. Why have them put the Usos over? Why not do it the other way around? And instead of this 50-50 booking shit, why not book the Bullet Club to be strong? First off, they should have been purchased the rights to use the name Bullet Club instead of just calling them the fucking club. See, WWE just loves to be lazy, man. I feel like that's the work of Kevin Dunn. I smell the bullshit. I know Kevin Dunn when I feel it. You gonna edit that out? That ain't sound. That ain't sound right, bro. Bruh. I always find different ways to embarrass myself on camera. Damn it, Jay. But the Breakfast Club defeated the Usos, which was good. Good. That was my prediction to win anyway. Rated this match 2 stars. My interest was a 1, of course, and my analysis, I didn't care. Next, we got the U.S. Championship match. We got Rusev versus Kalisto. This match was also an okay match, decent match. My prediction was Kalisto. You know, because I do my predictions based on logic. You know, what makes sense. And Kalisto versus John Cena would make more sense than having another boring-ass fucking John Cena versus Rusev match. I mean, y'all know about that damn feud that they had last year. That shit was boring as fuck. And I had to be there live for it at Payback last year. I'm just glad we didn't get to see most of that shit when they got on stage, because we was sitting behind the goddamn Titantron. I rated this match 2.5 stars. My interest rate was a 2. I accidentally put a 1 here, but my interest rate was a 2. This was a decent match. Still didn't care. At least the title's off Kalisto. And I love that finish. Rusev being a dick, just stumping on Kalisto's back, and then putting him in that brutal ass accolade. Is, you know what? Instead of that weak ass regular camel clutch that he does, let him do the accolade like that. Let him do that. And maybe we give a fuck about his finisher. Because so far he has one of the most boring finishers in WWE today. Who uses the camel clutch anymore, man? The last person that I see use the camel clutch outside of the Iron Sheik was Muhammad Hassan, and he's nowhere to be found. I should have said he who shall not be named. Oh, that terrorist gimmick was fucking horrible. That shit was a failure for real. We'll edit that out. Next, we got the WWE Tag Team Championship match. We got the New Day versus the Vaudevillains. My interest rate for this was a 4. I enjoyed this. This match was 3 stars. New Day wins. My analysis, I don't know why I keep hitting this damn tray. Xavier Woods finally got his ass in the ring to wrestle for a change, instead of being a manager, like he usually is. Glad he finally did it. To be completely honest, if it was, and I keep hitting the damn tray, if it was Big E as the manager and Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, I think the matches would flow even better, if you ask me. But anyway, the New Day won. I enjoyed it. It's about damn time Xavier Woods got in the ring to wrestle. Awesome finisher by Xavier Woods, very John Morrison or Johnny Mundo-esque. You know, that running knee. Did it way more aggressive than John Morrison does, though. Damn. And then the way Simon got sold, it made it look even better. That shit was crazy. Then the camera angle as well. I said camera. The camera. God damn it. Camera. Sounds like a porno term. Camera. I came on the camera. Edit that out. 3 stars for that. My prediction was the New Day, of course. Next, we got the Fatal 4-Way IC Championship match. Miz versus Cesaro versus Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. My prediction for this match was Cesaro. I thought he was going to get the win right here. It would be nice to see him have a run with the title. My interest rate for this match was a 5. Easily the best feud going right now in WWE. Hopefully they don't end it. Not yet, at least. My rating for this, 4. 4 stars. Some people said it was 5 stars. I think it was a 4. But the Miz stole a victory, which was out of nowhere. No pun intended. You know, Joe Cronin does a show called Out of Nowhere every Wednesday. And then RKO out of nowhere, of course. Yeah, you know. But anyway, my analysis. This match was awesome. Everyone looked great. Even the Miz. Easily the match of the night. And potentially a match of the year candidate. Alright, before we continue, just a cheap plug. Cheap social media plug. I know a lot of people do this. And it gets annoying after a while. But it is what it is. So let's get started. Facebook, if you want to add me on Facebook. If you're a wrestling fan, most of all. If you want to add me on Facebook. And you want to get into the DMV wrestling fans, which is a fun group to be in on Facebook. You know, we're all friends, and You know, we just have fun in that group. Post all kinds of crazy shit as long as it ain't over the top. You know, we have good laughs. You want to get in the group, you can have me on Facebook and I can invite you to the group, and maybe they'll add you. Who knows? I might even be able to put you in the group myself. I don't know if I'm admin or not, but I think I can add people to the group. I don't think I have to invite you. I think I can add people to the group. We'll see. But that's J Maverick. I'll have them, you know, pop up right here somewhere. They'll also be in the link down below me. Twitter at TheJayHonovi. That'll also be right here. On Twitter, I'm more active on Twitter now. I tweet during Raw if I watch it, and I tweet during pay-per-views. You know, whether it be NXT or WWE, pretty much anything. If I'm not tweeting about wrestling, then it's just me promoting my channel and shit. Same thing with Instagram at JTown Entertainment, JTown_Entertainment. That's entertainment spelled all the way out, not ENT. On Instagram, I post 15 second to 1 minute clips of, you know, future videos or even videos that I just uploaded. You know, if you missed the video that I uploaded, you can check out the clip on Instagram, and then you can later find it on my channel or whatever you desire. You know, or I can just post sneak peeks of the next upcoming video, something like that. I was thinking about doing sneak peeks for gaming vids and reactions and shit. I'm not going to do that. I'll just post the clip of those videos after I upload them. The sneak peeks will be for the stories that I'm going to tell. Stories and chat discussions and shit. That makes sense. Yeah, so that's basically what I do on Instagram. I do post some funny pics from time to time, give my opinions. But the clips of my videos, you can see those, some of them, before I even upload them. So yeah. Then we got YouNow. And YouNow, I'm going to be telling a whole bunch of fucked up stories on there. You follow me on there. It's at TheJayHonovi, same as my Twitter. I'll be telling a whole bunch of fucked up stories on there. YouNow will be the raw and uncut version of Storytime with Jay. But I'll still be pre-recording them on the iPad, and I'll be editing those and putting them on YouTube. So you ain't got to worry about nothing. Oh, also on Twitter, you can actually tweet me some reaction requests, even on Instagram. And then finally, Patreon. Support me on Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/JayHonovi. And the rewards that you get is $5 and $10. You can even donate $1 if you want to. But $5, if you donate $5, I'll shout your channel out, which will help you gain subs pretty much. And you know, you won't gain as much subs from getting your channel shouted out, but you'll still gain some subs. You'll also be featured in one video. You donate $10, I'll subscribe to your channel, feature your channel on my channel, meaning I can go on my channel, search up your channel and have it featured on my channel pretty much. You know, that'll also help you gain subs. When people come to my channel, they'll see your channel, you know, and as well as other channels that I got featured on my channel. You know, and they can find you that easily. You'll gain subs from that, and we featured in up to 5 videos. Alright? So that's that. Let's get back to the review. Next we got the Asylum match. Chris Jericho versus Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose took the win. Thank God. Hopefully this is the end of their feud. I don't know. I don't want to see these two wrestle again. They had a couple boring ass matches before this match even happened, man. I don't want this shit to happen anymore. Their match that they had at what was the last one? Payback. Their match at Payback was better than this match. I mean, and he wasn't even in a cage. You know, and that's basically what this match was. It was a steel cage with weapons. You know, fake ass lethal lockdown and shit. You know, some people compared this to CZW's Cage of Death. It was nothing like CZW's Cage of Death because they have more weapons in there. They got a bunch of light tubes that WWE would never use. They got a bunch of light tubes, fucking weed whackers and garden hose and shit, fucking chainsaws. They got all kinds of shit. Nail beds, you know. A lot of barbed wire. They only used a little bit of barbed wire in this match. But they didn't use that until the end of the match. The last 10 minutes is when they used all the weapons. They didn't use all of them. But they used the nunchucks, they used the straight jacket, kinda. They used the strap, they used the fire extinguisher one time. They used the kendo stick at the beginning of the match, but only once. They broke it like halfway through the match. What else did they use? Did I say nunchucks? I think I did. They used the nunchucks. Then they used everything but the potted plant. They used the mop. They had thumbtacks in the bucket. They used that at the end of the match as the finish. You know, if this was a Mick Foley match, they would use the thumbtacks at the beginning of the match. And they would keep going. They would. I think the last time they used thumbtacks was... Thumbtacks. I think it was that match that Mick Foley had against Edge at WrestleMania 22, right? No. I don't know. No, it wasn't. I think it was Mick Foley versus Edge. Not Mick Foley versus Edge. Mick Foley versus Randy Orton. I just don't remember which pay-per-view that was, though. It was back in 2005, 2006. And they had that feud against Randy Orton. This was during the Legend Killer gimmick. I think they had some kind of street fight stipulation or some shit. And Mick Foley brought out the thumbtacks, and Orton went for the RKO and got his ass slammed in the thumbtacks, which is brutal as fuck. And they kept it going for another 10 minutes. You know, that's what they should have did. Instead of wasting away 30 minutes with just regular wrestling, why not just use every weapon that you can before the end of the match? I mean, this match could have been like 15 minutes easily. But they had to go an extra 20 minutes just to get their point across with this boring ass match. You know? I mean, the Fatal 4-Way match could have went longer, you know? Or even the women's match could have went longer. That match only got 7 minutes, bro. I swear it was only 7 minutes. I think it was supposed to be like 10 minutes, but they count the entrances as times, you know? They say you get 10 minutes including entrances. So the entrances start the timer. And the entrances went about 3 minutes. 3.5, maybe 4. I'm done with this asylum match. Ambrose won. I rated it 2 stars. It was okay. My interest rate was a 3. I was gonna give it a 1, but it was a 3. Lack of storytelling. It's pretty much why it's a 3. Analysis, boring ass match. Great concept. Would have worked in the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era. Just does not work in the PG environment. Leave this match concept to TNA and CZW. Or I should rephrase that and say just leave that to CZW, because TNA might be going out of business soon. Next, we had the Women's Championship submission match. We got Charlotte versus Natalya. This match suffered because of that boring ass Asylum match, because it was so fucking long. This match was so fucking short. The Asylum match was the bathroom break match of the night. If you had to take a shit, I suggest you go take a shit during this match and take your phone with you. You know. For this match, I gave it 2.5 stars. It was slightly better than the Asylum match, but it was still a boring match nonetheless. My interest rate for this was a 4. I had high expectations coming into this match, but after the match, man, I gotta say, who gives a fuck anymore? It's time to move on. My analysis, Charlotte won. Charlotte was my prediction. Dean Ambrose was also my prediction. This match is kind of disappointing, a little boring. Definitely the worst match that these two have had, and at least Dana Brooke has something to do. She shouldn't have got involved in this match, but we should have known that it was going to be some kind of interference. But at least she has something to do while Emma is out, you know. And I did hear a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm taking it with a grain of salt. It's a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. It better not be true. But they're thinking about keeping the E&D gimmick. But instead of it being Emma, while she's out, they're going to replace her with Eva Marie? What? Eva Marie doesn't belong anywhere near the main roster. She doesn't even belong in NXT. Keep her ass on Total Divas and keep her ass away from the damn ring. She sells... Oh, I don't even want to talk about that, man. Although that match that she had against Asuka was decent. As bad as she sold, Asuka carried the damn match. I mean, even Eva looked good when she was on offense a little bit. But still, keep her out of the ring. Please. Keep her as a valet, but don't let her wrestle. She's worse than Cameron. Or, actually, no, she's better than Cameron, because Cameron still botches. At least she's gone. Next, we got this sorry-ass main event. Not saying that it sucked, because it didn't. It was a great match, but I've had a lot of problems with this match. And my main problem is Roman Reigns no selling. I mean, he reversed just about everything AJ tried to throw at him. He no-sold all those chair shots, and AJ was beating the shit out of him with those chairs, or with that chair, kind of like Austin did with The Rock at WrestleMania 17. He was beating the shit out of him, but did he care? No. Breakfast Club got involved. Usos got involved. Roman Reigns got heavily booed. And also bad body dropping to the announce table, but I didn't care. The crowd chanted, "You still suck," which was fucking hilarious. I mean, the match was good. I gave it 3 stars. 3.5 stars. But did I care? No. My interest rate for this was a 1 because WWE fucked up the feud. I would have enjoyed the match more if they didn't fuck it up. I would have enjoyed it more if they didn't bury the fucking Bullet Club. Breakfast Club. Let me just go ahead and do my analysis and then we're going to wrap this up. WWE fucked up this whole feud. I didn't give 2 shits who won. Styles looked great in this match. Roman did the same moves over and over again, which is basically the moves that he does in the corner, the moves that he does on the outside. Whenever he reverses a move, he always does that fucking throat thrust that Kane used to do, or that he still does, I guess. You know, it's the same shit over and over and over again. He pulled out like 2 new moves, that was it. Other than that, it was the same moves over and over and over again. He showed no weakness, and he was no-selling just about everything, especially those damn chair shots. And he kicked out of everything. He didn't make it look believable. I mean, you knew he was going to kick out. And then AJ couldn't even kick out of one weak-ass spear. I mean, not AJ. Roman has... He probably has one of the worst spears next to Batista and Bobby Lashley. Don't ask why I said Bobby Lashley. If you've seen recent episodes of TNA, or if you've seen Bobby Lashley hit a spear in TNA at all, you know exactly why I said he has a weak-ass spear. Like, who the fuck flips out of a spear? That's not how you hit a spear. When somebody spears you, you fall down hard on your back. You don't do a backflip out of the shit. It's the worst spear ever, man. Batista's spear looked like he was hugging a damn pillow and shit. Then Roman Reigns' spear wouldn't even put your ass in the hospital. Roman Reigns' spear would just put your ass to bed. You know, boring ass spear. I think the best spears I've seen was by Edge and Rhino with Gore and Goldberg. That's about it. Yeah, I said Edge. Because when he did his shit, he did it with authority. And made sure he was out. Christian don't really count. Because, I mean, I never really liked this spear at all. Is that Seth Rollins returned at the end. Got a huge fucking pop. And he pedigreed Reigns and held up the title. Hopefully he gets a new finisher. Because that pedigree is looking weak and weaker by the minute. And that's Extreme Rules. My overall rating, 6.5 out of 10. I wasn't impressed. The only match I really gave a fuck about was that Fatal 4-Way match. That was it. Overall analysis, okay show. It was passable. But Payback was better. Hopefully Money in the Bank is better than both of these shows. And that's where I end the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the review. I'm pretty sure some of y'all didn't even enjoy Extreme Rules. I'm going to say Payback. Some of y'all probably didn't even enjoy Payback. I didn't even review Payback. I should have. Shit. I don't even know why the hell I just reviewed this show. I wasn't going to review it, but I decided, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go ahead and review it. You know? I was so goddamn bored last night, though. I didn't even want to stay up to watch the show. I was going to come upstairs and take my ass to sleep and not even watch it. I was going to watch reviews. Everybody's reviews is more entertaining than, you know, the pay-per-views themselves. As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a fuck how forced Camp WWE is, you know, when it comes to comedy. Camp WWE is better than anything that WWE's put on nowadays. I mean, I love the fact that they you know, that they have the word fuck uncensored. You can say fuck on Camp WWE and not have it censored. You even got Vince McMahon in there cussing up a storm, which is hilarious. You know, I like Camp WWE, and I'm far more entertained by that than anything that they have on WWE television right now. And that's real. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up this review like a condom and this video. I'll see y'all later on for my pre-WWE Real Monday Night Raw fun stream. I'm out, man. Peace. Fuck Donald Trump. Remember, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouNow. Support me on Patreon, and you can add me on Facebook if you want to. Bye.